I mean, that is just a ridiculously false statement. Because,
No.
yes.
The human being is the iPhone, and our Earth is our office.
If somebody's gonna try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go yourself. Like, go yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is.
Oh, Elon Musk. Love him or hate him, you gotta admit, he's probably one of the most entertaining people of our generation. And to his credit, he does do a lot of cool stuff, like this. Most people are aware that Elon is currently the richest man in the world. At the time of this recording, his net worth sits at roughly $420 billion. But what most people don't know is both how and why. You'd probably be surprised to know that just 5 years ago, Elon's fortune only amassed to a mere $25 billion. Still an obscene and ridiculous sum to just about anybody, but only 6% of his modern day wealth. So when we do some quick math, that means that Elon Musk has been making $8 million an hour for the past 5 years straight. But how can that possibly be? Have his companies started making exponentially more money? Is there political manipulation going on? Well, the answer is actually simpler than it might seem. Real quick before we get started, if you're interested in all things money, finance, economics, and investing, make sure to subscribe. It's free and you can always change your mind. Tesla stock once hit a valuation so ridiculous that it was worth more than Toyota, Volkswagen, Ford, General Motors, BMW, Mercedes, and Honda put together. And Elon Musk became the richest man in history not by sitting on his shares, but by selling them right when Tesla hit its peak. So today we're breaking down exactly how and why that happened, why Tesla's valuation has rocket shipped into outer space, and how Elon Musk has played the money game better than just about anyone else to have ever lived. First, let's talk about just how ridiculous Tesla's valuation truly is. In November of 2021, Tesla's market cap, or value of all of its shares put together, at one point hit $1.2 trillion. To further put that into perspective, Toyota sold about 10 times as many cars as Tesla that year, but was worth only 1/6 as much. So how does that even make any sense? It's because investors aren't pricing Tesla like a car company. They're pricing it like a technology and innovation company selling Elon's utopian version of the future. Self-driving cars, massive battery storage, solar power, and of course Elon Musk himself, the ultimate tech visionary. But what percentage of Tesla's valuation is actually based on its financials? Well, none of it. An important figure in valuing any company comes in the form of its price-earnings ratio, which is calculated quite simply as the current stock price divided by the company's earnings per share, or in other words, how much value that percentage of ownership produces annually. At its peak, Tesla's price-to-earnings ratio, basically how much investors are willing to pay for each dollar profit, was over 400. Compare that to the average in the automotive industry of about 10, and that's crazy, insane, and nosebleed level high. This is a $1 trillion business that makes about as much money as Target, but is valued by investors at 20 times more. So here's where things get really interesting, because Elon's fortune was tied almost entirely to Tesla's stock. Back in 2018, Tesla's board gave Elon Musk one of the most ambitious CEO pay packages of all time. He wouldn't collect a salary, rather he would be compensated with huge stock options if Tesla hit some pretty insane milestones. At the time, people laughed. They said it would never happen. But fast forward a few years, and Tesla didn't just hit those milestones, it's exploded past them. So here's the genius part. In 2021, Elon started selling. He ran a poll on Twitter asking the population if he should sell 10% of his Tesla shares, to which he got a resounding yes. That single move brought in $16 billion worth of cash. But what most people don't know is that Elon was planning on selling these shares regardless. Not to mention, this happened right before Tesla stock began to slide. Interesting timing at best. It's important to remember that the stock market truly is based on human psychology. The value of companies, or shares of them, is based on whatever people are willing to pay for them. In the case of Tesla, people feel like they're buying a piece of the future, but they completely disregard the financials because the truth is that company simply doesn't make very much money. But let's rewind. Why did Tesla's valuation get so insanely high in the first place? First, you have the Elon effect. He's not just a CEO, he's a brand, he's a meme. He's the guy launching rockets, building flamethrowers, and tweeting at 2 in the morning. He's the guy cursing on live TV and participating in extracurricular activities on Joe Rogan. Investors were not pouring money into Tesla because of its underlying quality financials, They were pouring money into it because they thought Elon Musk was a badass. The vast majority of these people aren't interested in the underlying economics of the business. They're just buying into cool rocket ship SpaceX guy. Even Musk himself on multiple occasions has stated how completely absurd Tesla's valuation actually is. This was story-driven investing at its purest. Fundamentals took the back seat and the narrative took over completely. Of course, hype can only take you so far. After that $1.2 trillion peak, Tesla's valuation started sliding. Hundreds of billions of dollars in market value vanished. Despite this completely logical correction, at the time of this recording, Tesla's market cap is back to $1.1 trillion. This is in spite of them having a horrendous year financially. The disconnect of this company's valuation compared to what they actually create is astronomical. And of course, the person who stands to benefit the most from this is Elon himself. For a lot of investors who bought at the top, the pain has been real. There are many people out there that are down tons of money because they weren't making an informed investing decision. They were buying into the Elon hype train. Critics accurately state that Tesla's valuation is disconnected from reality. But here's the thing, selling stock at a high valuation isn't necessarily a scam. It's just smart business. And Elon didn't just ride the hype train, he cashed out on it to the tune of $400 billion. Elon used a lot of that cashed out fortune to purchase Twitter in one of the most talked about deals of the decade. Love him or hate him, Elon's Tesla story is one of the clearest examples on just how powerful market narratives can be. The now richest man in the world is that way not because he created a tremendous amount of value economically for society, but rather that he convinced the general public that what he was doing was cool and worth putting money into. And in Elon's case, he knew exactly how to turn that narrative into cash. Whether you think Tesla's valuation is insane based on reality or a combination of the both, Elon played the market like a master. He built a company and then convinced investors to value it like it was the future itself, completely independent from the company's actual financials. And then he sold when the future was looking the brightest. That's how you go from being a billionaire to the billionaire. If you found this breakdown interesting, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, let me know, do you think Tesla's worth all the hype? Or is it just one of the biggest stock bubbles of our time? Let me know. See ya.